Hello. I think we're live. I think we are super live. Hello, everybody. As you can see, I am joined. Hang on, let me try to. There you go. This way. I'm joined by my lovely guest and friend and fellow author tuber here. Sarah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, I haven't done this in so
I know,
long.
right?
I'm Sarah Lebrat. I am a YouTuber here on YouTube. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. I am currently writing my fifth book. It is a high fantasy that I call Project DE, and I'm working on draft 5 of it right now.
That's so exciting.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
A little tense, but it's good.
Yes, it's the good tense, like the good stressful and the good tense.
Yes.
I like it. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a bunch of sprints today because I'm trying to get some work done. If I don't know if you guys have been following me on my blogs, but I'm basically trying to finish the second draft of Ben before I go back to work. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, but because I start work on Monday, so I have I think eight chapters left. It's not going to happen, but we're going to get far. Okay, we are going to get super super close by Sunday night.
You could get really close.
I think we're really close, right? I'm thinking like my new kind of more realistic revised goal is to get to chapter 20. The only thing is, so that's like four and a bit chapters, because I'm partway through chapter 15 currently. The only thing is this second half of the book, this the later part of the book in the zero draft is very underwritten because I think I was kind of rushing through the end and trying to just get as much of the story out, but I also just didn't have enough details for all the things that I needed to write in these chapters, and I need to do more research and just iron things out a bit. So I got to do a lot of that, and I feel like that's going to take a lot of time. But I'm also, now that I've kind of shifted and I'm not just doing that weird line level thing where I was writing every single line out. Now that I'm not looking at these revisions in a line level way and just focusing on adding the things, filling in the gaps. Now that I'm focusing more on just that, I feel like things are moving a little bit quicker. So we'll see. I don't know. There's a lot to write still, but also I feel like I'm moving a little quicker because I just changed my approach a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the goal is to finish by Sunday night. So
Sunday night. You have time. You totally could. Do you live stream for the next 4 days to hold yourself accountable?
I kind of want to. I definitely want to do another 2 live streams before Sunday night.
Yeah.
So it's basically every day. But also I do have plans Saturday and Sunday that are going to take a chunk of the day. I don't know. I don't want to think about it too much. I'm just gonna focus on the here and now, take it a word at a time, and
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but we'll try to get in as many sprints as we can. Oh my gosh, right, there are people in the comments. Hello to everybody. I'm gonna try to fly through these. Hello. Franny, hello. Thank you. Thanks, Bree. Anna's here. Hello. Jesse's here. Hi. Sarah is in the building. Yes. Surprise. It's a surprise guest. I will, after this, I will put in Sarah's info in the description.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Follow her, obviously, if you haven't already. She's lovely. You by the end of this stream, you'll be like, yes, I need to be here. So
thanks, Diane.
Yeah. Hello, Vanessa. Hi. Oh my goodness. Everyone's here. Long-time followers of all. Oh yay. I'm so glad you were able to join. Hello, hello. Thank you. Hello, Rob. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Yes. I definitely do. I mean, I always need accountability, not even just this weekend. I need accountability all the time because, yeah. Hello from Germany. I love it. Okay. Okay. I think I think we've gotten through all of them. And let's jump into the first sprint because I was on a little bit of a roll before I started. I've already done a little bit of Ben work today. I finished scene 1 of chapter 15. So I'm feeling like, I got to keep going. So let me oh my gosh, let me share the screen and then we'll get started. I'm thinking, what do you think, Sarah? I mean, I usually like doing longer sprints. I've been doing 25-minute sprints, but what are your
Perfect.
thoughts? 25? I like it. Okay.
I like it because it's not like 30 sometimes feels like it's too long, but like 20 sometimes feels like it's not enough. I feel like
Yes,
25 is like a sweet spot.
exactly. Exactly. It feels good. Okay, let me do this. Um, okay, so we'll get into this first sprint and then we'll come back and chat about how we did. It'll be great. All right, good luck, everybody. Well, that scared me. How did you do? How did everybody do? How was that?
So I was rewatching my video that's going up on Monday, and when I started my final watch through, it was exactly my video was like 16 minutes long, and we were like exactly 16 minutes. So I like just finished rewatching it, and that was like really well timed.
Nice.
It was fun.
I love that. Um, how did I do? Well, I basically finished going over scene 2. I finished scene 2 of chapter 15. So that's
Nice.
feeling, yeah, that feels really good. I think this is, and it was pretty, I mean, it's kind of, I think it's the second longest scene in this chapter. Yeah, it was 11, basically 1100 words.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make too many changes. It was kind of like updating changes I had made earlier in the draft and just kind of making it all consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it felt good. Feels good. I'm on a roll, man. I'm
Yeah,
on a
that's awesome.
roll. Yeah. Let's see what's
You're
going
gonna
on.
finish. You're gonna
You know
finish.
what? Don't hype me up too much. Don't get me too. No, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna try. I will try my best.
I
Maybe with.
think you're gonna accomplish a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. It's definitely all of your belief in me is really giving me, it's giving me life right now. I think it's giving me the energy I need to really power through. And if I can finish, dude, could I? I don't know. If I could finish this chapter during this stream, that would be pretty. That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good.
How long are your chapters? How much more of this
I don't
chapter do
want to
you
talk
have?
about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
No,
Sorry.
no, no. Okay, so my chapters, my chapters, dude. Like, I don't know what I think I'm writing, but I think I'm like, I don't know. My chapters are long. Like
Okay.
most of my chapters, for the most part, are long. I like. I think chapter. I think my longest chapter is like 10,000 words. That's like a whole. I don't even know. It's like that's long, right? Like that's like objectively long.
Yes.
I have to do something about that. I might. I mean that's like a later draft problem, but I might, because the way that I have my chapters set up now, and I think we've talked about this, but the way I have my chapters set up now is like by day. So it's kind of like each day is a chapter. So some days there's just more going on and there's like more that I write about.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of long, right? And like that's why some of them are long and some of them are a little bit shorter, but mostly long. But I think maybe, and like it makes sense for me to break it up that way in, you know, in this manuscript right now. Like that makes the most logical sense.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I just need to like switch up the way I break up my chapters. Like maybe that's just, I don't know. Like I don't know how to break up a chapter otherwise.
But
You know what
like
I
you also totally don't have to, because if that's the reason that you split it up was like for each day,
mean?
that's
Right.
an awesome format. So like there's no problem with really long chapters. It's just I think normally when I think of a chapter, I think of like 4,000 words
Right. Me
or something
too.
like that. But
Yeah,
like
something reasonable.
it sounds like the way that you chose to split it up was really smart. So like I think that that format could be amazing. I think it's fully dependent on the story.
Right. Right. I guess, I mean, I'll definitely like once I send it out to, my CPs, my alpha readers, I'll get a sense of, if other people feel like that works or if it's like if it's
Mhm.
kind of an issue. Cause like I think I could break it up in a different way, but it just makes the most sense. I feel like once people read the story, I feel like it makes sense to break it up by day. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, my chapters are definitely, they're all they're out of whack a little bit with the word counts, but we'll see. I also think I'm overwriting a lot, so they might end up being shorter as well. Who knows? That might change.
Again, that's an editing thing. You'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That's like that'll come later. So we'll see. But yeah, they're definitely very, very long.
That's okay. I was just curious because I didn't remember.
Hmm. Yeah. That's why I feel like some people, like when I say like, oh man, I'm doing like working on a chapter and it takes me like 2 months. People are like, how long?
It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's see how people did. Where am I? I definitely did not forget the stream was going. Yeah, me too. I mean, I knew the stream was going, but I thought I had like I think I was like trying to like get to the end of the chapter before, and then it just anyway. Yeah, it definitely scared me. Oh no, working, answering emails forever. That's rough. I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I am looking forward to going back to work on Monday, but also like not really. Not really. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful to have work. And my bank account is going to be is like the most grateful. So, yeah. Anna's working on my bullet journal for July. Nice. I got to do that too. Still have a few days though. Working on a postpartum doula course. Ooh, I read an article, watched a video, and started working on an assignment. Nice. Interesting. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Plotting a new whip and finally figured out a tentative title. Ooh, I like that. Nice. Sarah, do you have a title? Like, I know DE is like an abbreviation for your title, but like it's also not really the title you want anymore. Am I remembering that correctly?
No. So DE stands for something that I think is really stupid now. Because it's just like the original gist that I had for the story that ended up becoming like the villain's backstory.
Okay.
But like, and I've been embarrassed to say it on my channel, which is why I haven't. And so I just keep saying that I'm gonna say what it is when it finally has like an official title, like when it's being published or something, then I'll finally like admit what DE meant.
Right.
Yeah. But like some of my other projects have titles that I think are really cool, but I don't know if they will stay the title. I struggle with titles. That's so hard to come up with something that captures the entire essence of the story in like less than like 4 or 5 words.
Yeah. Like I guess I feel like for certain things it's been easy for me to title things or like think of a title, but definitely like for Ben, like I do not, like I have no idea. I have like nothing. I know it's not going to be Ben, but other than that, I have no idea.
Right.
It's hard. It really is hard.
It's so hard. I'm so impressed when people like that are like, oh my gosh, I just figured out what the title is. I'm like, good for you. I'm so happy for you. But like, can you share? Because I also want to figure out mine.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so complicated.
It is. I mean, maybe it would like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you either know it right off the bat or like you don't know it until the very, very end where the story's like as refined as possible and you can like kind of pick up. Yeah, I think I won't come up with a title until like the very end. And like I'm considering like asking CPs and stuff for like if they can think of like a title just from reading the story.
That's would be an awesome idea to ask.
Yeah. I need help because I just don't know.
There's also like, okay, I can't remember your answer on this, but did you want to self-publish, Ben, or are you going to go down more of a traditional?
I think ultimately in like my writing career, I'd love to be hybrid, but I'm thinking I'm more of a self-publish path gal. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I've been feeling. Yeah.
Because something that I was going to say is like the hard part from what I've been learning about like the traditional route, which is the one that I think I'm going to try and take DE down, is you have to like have a title for querying, but then the publisher has the final say on like what the title is. And like and so that's like the hard part is that I don't want to come up with a title that I love inquiry with it,
Mhm.
and then not have that be like the final title, if that makes sense.
Interesting. No, that makes perfect sense. So
Yeah.
they get final say. Like it's not like they don't just get input. Like they get the final say.
Yeah. I
Even if
think
you're like, I
it's
absolutely hate that title, they'll still be like, well,
I think it's somewhat of a collaboration, but
okay,
at the same time, I think that they have a lot of input and can
right,
veto if they don't like a title that you
okay.
submit.
They have more sway. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting,
So we'll see.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. I can see your hesitation there with that and not wanting to fall in love with the name that you can't pick in the end.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll be great. Regardless, it'll be
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Um, let me see. Where am I? Oh my gosh. I think we're here. Making good progress. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Thank you. Comparatively, if you think about it, if you remember, I think I'm pretty sure I started this second draft like I want to say April, maybe March, April of 2021. So the first like year, I think my progress was like I think I got 5 chapters in.
Uh-huh.
So definitely compared to the first year, like in the last couple months, I've been just moving so quickly in terms of progress.
Are you familiar with Parkinson's law?
No, but I feel like I heard you talk about it in your last or like one of your blogs recently that I watched.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I know.
It's basically the amount that you have to do will fit the amount of time that you have to do it in.
Right.
So if you were to really give yourself like a hard deadline with like a consequence on Sunday, you would finish it like 100% because it's like the whole procrastination thing, and it's like setting a deadline and then actually like sticking to it so that it gets done by that time.
Right.
Because if you give yourself, my issue has been giving myself like too much time to finish something, and then I like wait until the very end, and then I still have way too much to like finish in that like tiny amount of time that I have left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to use Parkinson's law in my favor right now and finishing draft 5 by the end of July, but I'm only 1/4 of the way into the book right now, so I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know what's going to happen because I really want to, but I just
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
That makes sense. That makes so much sense. And like, but I also feel like certain things are impossible. Like certain things just take a certain amount of time. You know, like you have to be kind of realistic. You can't be like, I'm going to finish 20 chapters in 48 hours, you know? I mean, you probably could, but I don't know. Anyway.
Right. There's a balance for sure.
Yes. And like I definitely feel like getting to chapter 20 is realistic for Sunday. And I want to do it. I just can't think of here's the thing. I give myself like way too much grace. Like I'm so forgiving. I'm just like it's okay if you don't finish it by this time, and you know, like I give myself a lot of grace for deadlines. Like mostly because like I just want to be nice to myself, and I don't really like I don't have like, you know, people waiting necessarily on like these aren't like strict deadlines. I don't know what would be enough of a consequence that I could give myself that would make, you know what I mean? Like that would make it work where I'm like, okay, oh my God, I need to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like what would, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But that's a really good, that's a really good thing to think about.
You could do a really great celebration. Like you could do like your wine and birthday cake thing again.
It's totally
like and like if that is enough motivation and like positive motivation to get you through.
Right. I definitely I'm a lot better at like the positive reinforcement than like a consequence of not, you know.
And I would go positive, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very good at the like negative reinforcement, but yeah, I mean definitely I want to do I that's it's in there, it's in my mind, the like celebratory wine and cake.
Such a great celebration. I still like can fully picture that like moment in that vlog. Be like dancing around, eating cake. Incredible.
It was so good. Like I've gone back and watched that vlog a few times in the last like couple weeks of me
Wow.
trying to finish this draft because I'm just like I'm trying to like harness that feeling and like the way that I just like really I don't know, I really hyper focused near the end and was
Mhm.
like going through it. So I'm
Mhm.
just trying to like harness that feeling and then also just like seeing how happy I was to finish it and like remembering how that felt and being like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for that. I'm so ready for that.
When I watched that video, like I got goosebumps as a viewer. And like as soon as I was done, I went back to writing because I felt so good after watching that video.
Yeah. I love that. That's so great. I feel that too. Like definitely when I see someone else succeeding, it's so contagious. It's like, oh yes,
Mhm.
that feeling is good. I want some. Give me some.
Yeah. It like you like start craving it and it's like, oh my gosh, like I want to get to that point. Like I want to be able to like feel what she's feeling right now. It's
Yeah,
so fun.
it's so good. I'm so glad. That's like one thing I really love about joining this community and like having like seeing like having all you guys as as my friends. So like there's like that connection too. So when I see you guys succeeding and like little little things that you're celebrating and stuff, like it's like that much more impactful. Like it's just I'm like, ah, yes.
Yeah, totally.
Oh man. So good. Where are we? Finishing up client notes. Yes. So I have an easy Friday. Nice. One more note for today. And I made myself a few notes to follow up on tomorrow. Nice. I love that, Bree. Writing a sad scene about a man whose wife was killed while giving birth. Oh no. And he's holding his daughter in his arms. 562 words. Unedited. Good sprint. Not finished the scene though. That's a heavy one to be writing. But I'm glad that you made some progress. We will definitely finish that in the next sprint, which we will get to soon. I just want to get, oop, it jumped. I just want to get through most of these. Uh-oh, where am I? I lost it. Give me one sec. Okay, here we are. Yay! Glad you could be here. Start editing chapter 12. Definitely not productive. That's okay. That's okay. It was just the first sprint. It was a warm-up. It was practice. It's like 3 chapters in one. Yeah, I know. My chapters are long, okay? It's hard. I'll figure it out. We'll get it fixed. Some of them will probably stay long. I'm sorry.
But
I can't
again, like if that's the way that like best suits the story, that's amazing.
right.
And,
Yeah,
like
I'm hoping that like as you're reading, like the reading experience, because I know that some people don't just like generally don't like long chapters because they like to like get to the end of a chapter as they're reading
right.
before they stop or whatever. But I feel like if you don't notice it while you're reading, that's good, right? I'm
Yeah.
hoping that's how it feels, and it's not like, oh my god, this chapter is never ending.
But
We'll
like
see.
also people are perfectly capable of like just sliding a bookmark in and then just like, coming back to it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm
Not your
definitely.
problem.
I'm the type of person. Like, sure, it's nice to get to the end of a chapter or whatever, but I will literally, if I'm tired or done or whatever, I will stop in the middle of a sentence. Like, I won't even get to the end of the sentence, and I'll just stop. Be like, I'll read that later. Like, I will not. I don't hesitate to stop anywhere. I will stop in the middle of a sentence. I don't know if that's
That's
weird.
amazing. I have to get to like the end of a paragraph.
Fair. That's fair.
I
That's
am
reasonable.
impressed that you can just drop everything in the
Oh
middle
yeah,
of a
I can
sentence.
literally middle of a sentence.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, I will. I'm sure there's scenes, or at least like I don't know. There's bits definitely that I know for like even now, as I'm writing it and as I'm reading through it, that I'm like these will probably be removed in later drafts. Hello, hello.
If you're noticing those things now, why are you not making those changes now?
Um, I think because so there are some changes that I'm making now, like especially like the super glaring things. But I think because I can like it's so easy for me to get really bogged down and like start like getting back into like the line level editing that like I'm afraid to do I don't know, I'm afraid to get too much into changing things around that right now don't feel like they're absolutely necessary. Like they're like a little bit inconsequential right now. You know, like
Okay.
it doesn't feel like important enough to change right now, but I have been when I do see something that I'm like I want to change that, but either like I'm kind of too lazy to do it right now or just like it doesn't really matter right now. I make a note of it on the side. On the side of my manuscript, I have notes for the draft 2 changes that I've made from the zero draft, and then notes for my next draft that I'll need to change or think about or whatever. So
Yeah.
I add it in there. I make note of it, but I don't always make the changes in that moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just trying to fill in the gaps and add some dialogue stuff. I've been so bad. I used to think I was so good at dialogue, but as I'm reading through these scenes and these chapters, oh my god. like some of the dialogue is okay, but not as okay as I originally thought.
Yup. That happens.
Like it's like some of it I'm like okay at making like the way that people speak sound fairly, natural and like, flowy. But it's just I don't know. There's something missing and it's so obvious, but I also can't pinpoint exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's also like later draft problems. I'm changing certain things and adding in things, but the refining of the dialogue will come later. Definitely. I 100% overwrite too. Yes. But I overwrite and underwrite. Like somehow, I don't know how I do it, but I do it. It's both.
Mm-hmm.
I do both. Second draft is 653 pages. Oh my gosh. And my word count is insane.
Intense.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I love that. Are you writing fantasy? I had a bit of a breakthrough after having writer's block for almost 2 weeks. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm so happy for you. I love that breakthrough feeling. So good. Still querying Project Camp as Project Camp. I love that. Yeah. Titling is hard. Titling a novel is hard. Okay. I want someone else to title my project. It actually works as a title, but I know it would be changed if I went traditional. Makes sense. Yeah. Alexa Dunn has a video on how her books were titled. At least for her, it seems like there was decent collaboration, but it's a process for sure. That makes sense. Oh my god, I'm so behind on these. I'm gonna try to. I want to come for cake and wine too. Honestly, you're all invited. You're all invited.
Party at Diane's.
Yes. I mean, my apartment is tiny and it wouldn't fit all of us, but we'll figure something out. Knowing my writing friends are going to DM me on a certain day asking if I did something that gets my butt in gear. That too. The thing is like, and like I've kind of done that with people where it's like, okay, we'll check in with each other, but then like I fall off on that. Like I stop, like I don't quite check in. But that's a good one. That's definitely a good one, and especially if someone else is like stronger than me and like more accountable than me, I think that would be very, very helpful. About to clock out. If you guys are still going when I get home, I'll try to jump back on. I have a few stops to make. Yes, I'm not sure how long we'll be going for, but probably. And if we're still on, then please come back. Oh, Vanessa's writing a romance, which makes it so much worse. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Are there long romance novels? I don't read romance all that much. But I guess it's I have a feeling it's probably less than 600 and something pages for romance novels.
But there's also probably an audience for it somewhere.
Absolutely. And I feel like what's that book that was like a Wattpad book that became after?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that one like super long though? I feel like that
Oh,
one was thick.
I'm not super familiar with that one.
Yeah, I haven't read it or watched the movie, but that was a thing for a while there. I feel like that one was long. Okay, I think I'm at the end. Some of us are actually driving distance. Listen, we're doing it, okay? If you're driving distance, get over here. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when the wine and the cake is happening. Long romances, but it ranges between 400 and 500. Fair. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, as long as book length, I don't know. It's fine. I feel like especially since I'm going more in the self-publishing road, I don't need to quite follow all the rules, right? Like the traditional rules. I can just tell the story and publish it however long it takes. But I also don't want to be like, I just want it to be good. I want it to be necessarily long, not unnecessarily long. But yeah.
I'm forgetting how long or how many words was draft one?
Uh it was it was like 74, just over 74K.
Okay.
And I'm currently, where am I? Oh, I think I may have, am I at 90K? Hang on. I'm
Oh, I've
currently,
heard much.
yeah, I'm at 89,518 words currently with
Wow.
but that's, I do technically have chapter 16 already copied and pasted from the zero draft. So that's 16 chapters at
Okay.
90K.
But you're
So,
self-publishing, so you don't have to worry about the like constraints.
right. Exactly. So, yeah. I I'm kind of ready for the next sprint.
Great.
I'm very excited to get writing. Are you good to go for another sprint?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to do another 25? You want to change
Sure.
it up? Yeah,
25
I'm
is
good.
great.
Yeah, I'm good with the 25 for sure. Hello, Erin's here. Hello, hello. Erin's lovely. If you watch any of my vlogs, his music is in like most of my vlogs. He's like the soundtrack to my second draft.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, no, he's lovely. I love him. I'm going down the self-publishing route, nice, which is why I'm not too hard on myself. Yeah, we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. Okay, let me set up this new timer. Reset. Okay, I'll share my screen. Alrighty, we're doing another 25. Oh, where is it? There it is. It shared. Aha. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get to some writing. Good luck. Okay. That scared me again, but it's fine. How did everybody do? How did you do, Sarah?
Um, I edited 878 words.
Oh, dang. Okay.
A lot of it
Where
was just very small rewording, but
that all it all counts. It all makes a difference. Every little bit. Where are you currently in the
in the
draft?
book,
Yeah.
um, I'm on page 77 out of 287.
Okay.
So I'm a fourth of the way through,
Mhm.
and it's currently 133,000 words.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's where I
a
am.
lot of words, but are you trying to what is the function of this edit that you're currently doing?
So I'm hoping that this is my second to last edit before querying.
That's so exciting.
I hope. That's the plan. So it's basically finalizing and fixing any issues with like character and plot and starting to work on like wording or like flow and pacing if anything's like not super consistent.
Mhm.
Because I'm hoping that draft 6, which I'm hoping is going to be the last draft before querying, will hopefully just be like word choice and maybe trying to cut things down.
Right. Okay.
So it's just kind of like anything that I come across. And like I made a ton of notes in my notebook when I like reread draft 4, on like the chapter level for like what
Mhm.
needs to be fixed within the chapter and then what needs to be fixed for like overall plot. And so far it's going really well, but I also know that the first half of the book is better than the second half. And
Okay.
so I'm a little worried about the second half, but so far first half is going well.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I love that.
Yeah.
And
It's the right direction.
yeah, and hopefully you can kind of ride the wave of like how good the first half is going and just continue
Hopefully.
with the second half. I believe that'll happen.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's so exciting. So it's kind of just like getting more to like the refining stage and not so much like huge
Yes.
changes. That's exciting.
Yes.
I love that. Um, I what have I done? Okay. I finished scene 3. I started and finished scene 3. Uh, it's the shortest one. It was only 484 words. Um, and I started scene 4. And like scene 4, like right at the top, there's like a tiny paragraph, and then it's just like a wall of the most awkward dialogue I've ever read in my entire life. And it stopped me a little bit. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I gotta figure out, definitely the next sprint. I'm gonna be figuring out either how to make it less awkward while still like being like staying in like the fictive present and like actually like going through the scene, or I mean, I like kind of do more of like a summary of what happens during that exchange, and then just continue. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of like introduction dialogue where like people are meeting, but like so awkward. Like it's so bad. I don't like I knew it was bad, but like it hurt. Like it hurt. It was physically painful to read. Um, so we'll see. I'll be working. I'll be working on that. But that definitely slowed me down. I was going through scene 3 and I was like, oh, this is great. I got to scene 4 and I was like, right. This is really, I'm in the thick of the awkward dialogue right now. But I'm feeling
Okay.
good.
So I have another question.
Yes.
How do you know that you're like entering a new scene? Like, are there like internal chapter breaks that like break that up? Or is it just
Um,
because you were the one that wrote this and you know where the scene breaks are?
um, the scene, I'm kind of, because I come from like the film world. The way that I've been breaking down the different scenes is just kind of like when there's like a location change of any sort, like if they're in one room and then they go to a next room, or like if they're outside, or it's kind of like where in a script I would have to write like a new slug line.
Sure.
That's kind of the way I've been breaking up the scenes.
Sure.
It's just like slightly different location.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how people do it? I don't know. I don't
Sure.
know. We'll see. Yeah. How have you been breaking up scenes?
I don't subscribe to that.
Okay.
That's
Fair.
I just go by chapters and I end them where I feel like they naturally end.
I love that. It makes sense. That's fair.
It's just a curiosity thing because you've like nicely been able to work on like, oh, scene 2 and now I'm on scene 3. And I was just like, how?
Right. Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, I guess maybe that kind of comes from my film experience where it's like, you know, there's separate slug lines and stuff, and that's kind of the scene. But yeah, it's basically just the different locations kind of.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, where are we? I don't know where we are. Here. I got it. If my final draft is too long, I'll make the font smaller or the book bigger. I love that. Why not?
Nice.
Yeah. Make it work for you. Let's go, Sarah. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rob added 425 words and finished the scene. Nice. Enjoyed writing it, even though it's supposed to be sad. Is that weird? No, it's not weird. I don't think that's weird. There might be like it's like a bit kind of like some catharsis maybe in the whole. Sometimes I like feeling sad, you know? Sometimes I like feeling the feels. So it makes sense. Yeah, no, most of my sad scenes are my favorite to write. Yeah. I definitely like feeling things. Okay. We're all caught up there. My apartment is like, it's weird. So I have the AC on, but I like cannot regulate my temperature in my apartment. Like sometimes it's like too cold and then too hot, and then I turn off the AC and then I have to turn it back on. Like I've been trying. I've been living here for like 4 years and I still can't I haven't like fully acclimated. It's rough. It's rough in here. I'm sweaty. Okay, I'm thinking because I'm so close. Like I'm so close to finishing this chapter.
Let's do another sprint.
I really want to go into another sprint.
Great.
I want to tackle this like awkward. I need to tackle it. I need to just power through. Yeah, I feel like I can fit. I'm feeling like I can finish this chapter in the next sprint.
Okay. Do you want to do another 25 or are you going to give yourself like 30?
I want to give myself 30, but is that too long? Is that too much? Okay. I think this time we'll do a nice chunky 30.
Chunky 30. Specifically 30. Chunky.
There was this guy on this show that I worked on. He was a third AD. He was a third assistant director. So he would go on the walkie and like sometimes tell us like how far, like how much time we had before a set was ready or whatnot. And he'd say things like so weird. He'd be like, yeah, we have like a greasy 15 before we need to go to camera, or like it was just like a weird, like he would just say weird. He was just a little weirdo. He was great. But yeah, I just remember him always saying weird. Like whenever he'd mention time, he'd be like, yeah, like a greasy 15. And I'm like, stop doing that. It's so gross. But no, chunky is not as uncomfortable as greasy. So we're going to say chunky 30.
Yeah, I don't like greasy 15. I don't know what that's like supposed to mean.
Yeah. Is it kind of like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what he was going for, but he would say that one a lot.
Good to know.
It just reminded me of him just now. Okay, so we'll do this. Let me share my screen.
I also need to move my chocolate chips further away because I keep reaching for them again.
Your chocolate chips?
Yes.
I love that. I love that you're eating chocolate chips. I always buy chocolate chips with the intention of like making chocolate chip cookies, but I just end up they're just like I just eat them. They're so good. Like they're the perfect little they're perfect for snacking.
Yeah, no, it's a great size.
Yeah. So good. Um okay, so we'll do 30 minutes and then we'll come back and hopefully I'll be done chapter 15. Yeah. All right. Good luck. Okay.
were on that time.
Yeah, I was ready for it. I was like, you're not scaring me this time. That was great. How did everybody do? Sarah, how did you do?
I edited about 500 more words, which finished the chapter that I was working on, and then I just finished filming an intro and an outro for another video.
Dang,
So I've
that's
actually
good.
accomplished a lot so far during this stream. So I'm really feeling it now, Diane. This is great. Thank you.
I love it. Yeah, I'm feeling good. And I feel like I can keep going, like I'm
Yeah.
on a roll. I love that. What did I do? Well, I have technically I finished scene 4 of chapter 15, and I am like so close to being done scene 5, which is the last scene of chapter 15 currently. I'm kind of mostly done. Like I could continue on to chapter 16, but I do want to go over the last scene one more time because I feel like I kind of rushed through it at the end. But that was good. Oh my gosh, I'm totally gonna finish at least one chapter during this stream, and that's very, very exciting.
Is there another scene after scene 4?
Well, scene 5 is technically the last scene. I have a little spot for scene 6 that
Okay.
I must have added. It's kind of like my little notes in it, like my little synopsis. It's mostly question marks. So I think it's a scene that I kind of want to add. I'm just not sure if it's absolutely necessary. I can see why I thought it might be. It might be a good idea to add this scene. I can kind of see the value in it. But I'm not entirely convinced. I haven't decided yet if I should just draft something for this. I mean, maybe I should, right? If I should just draft something for this second draft and have something in there and then decide later. I don't know. I also just kind of want to go on to chapter 16. We'll see. I'll decide during the next sprint. But yeah, so far there's only technically 5 scenes in this chapter. I definitely spent the first. It's a good thing we did 30 minutes because I spent the first 5 minutes switching over laundry, and then I got distracted by the rats. So I was just hanging out with them for a couple minutes. So really I only worked for 25 minutes, but I'm glad that we did a 30-minute sprint.
That's funny. I still think it's so funny that you have rats.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, people are kind of usually they're like, why? The first question is why do you have rats? I'm like, why not? They're so cute.
Perfectly valid question.
It is a valid
Why
question.
not? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, they're super cute. They're just. I was hanging out with them today. I let them out on my couch. The thing is, I want to just kind of I want them to be able to just hang out with me on the couch while I'm doing work. But they're they're rats. They're just trying to get into everything and climb on everything. So they're very distracting.
Right.
They're out. I mean, they're distracting when they're in their cage hanging out and playing. But when they're out, they're so distracting. So I couldn't do it for too long. But they're adorable.
That's really funny.
Where are we? I think a few people had to leave. Yeah, Laurel had to leave. And then I think Rob had to leave. Yeah. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming. And Jesse finished work for the day, back to packing. Yes, you're moving. That's so exciting, but also I can imagine very stressful. Thanks for the sprints. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Nicole is here. Brooke is here. Hello. Desiree, love this time for a writing sprint. Yes. I'm good to go for a few more sprints, to be honest. I'm really on a roll. I don't want to stop. I'm afraid of stopping at this point. I just want to keep going. How are you feeling, Sarah?
I will definitely do one more and then I'll evaluate after that because the sunlight is starting to call me in.
Yes, absolutely.
Go get my lizard time in.
Yes. Get that vitamin D. Okay, so then let's go right into another sprint. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. We'll do a 25. What are your thoughts?
25 sounds lovely.
Get back to
Then
25.
I can start on my next chapter.
Yes, we love this. Share the screen. Okay, shared. All right. Yeah. Good luck. See you in 25 minutes. I'm getting better. Okay, how did you do? How did it go?
I ended up working on editing a video instead because I looked at the changes that need to be made in the next chapter, and I was unenthused.
Okay, fair.
I avoided it, and so then I worked on editing a video for a few minutes, and then I got distracted by social media.
Yep. That's not bad. It's, sometimes it happens. I also got a little bit distracted by social media.
I just think I hit a wall, and I do think that was probably going to be my last sprint for this afternoon.
Fair. I also was kind of feeling things slowing down a little bit for me.
How did yours go?
I mean, not too bad. I'm most of the way through scene 1 of chapter 16. So I did reach my goal of finishing chapter 15 during this stream.
Yay!
So about that. Although, I mean, I finished chapter 15, but I kind of made some notes on the last scene and making a change. So I haven't made that change, but I made notes about that change.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's done. It's also not really done. I think what I'm going to end up doing, because there's a couple instances in this draft where I kind of make notes for changes, but I haven't quite made them yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might have like a draft 2.5 where after I'm done going through this draft, I'm going to go back and just kind of do those little scene changes, anything that I felt like was a little bit too much for me to do as I was going through it the second time, and just do that. So like not going through the whole draft, but just those little bits that I want to change and do kind of like a half drafting thing before a full third draft.
Makes sense.
I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think that might be a draft 2.5 thing that I
love that.
Yeah, but other than that, I was definitely feeling myself slowing down a little bit. And chapter 16 is definitely chunky. I'm going through the scenes. They're all the scenes, and I have 5. All of them are like between 1,500 and 2,500 words. So,
wow.
So this one is, this one's gonna. A lot of things are happening, okay? And my main character has a lot of thoughts. So this one's definitely gonna take me a little bit. I might not finish chapter 16 today, but I'm gonna keep working on it even after this stream. You know?
Absolutely, you got this.
It's gonna be so good.
You should message me later and tell me how much you end up getting done, because you've gotten a lot done so far.
I feel like I have. I feel like this has been a very productive stream for both of us. I think we crushed it. Let's see. How much longer are you going to be live streaming? I think we're coming to a close. I kind of want to do one more, but I don't know. I'm feeling also, it's like that time. I think it's like dinner time. It's dinner time here anyway. I might go see my parents. I think I need a little bit of a break. I think I need to take my eyes off the screen for a little bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You're going to go out into the sun, right?
I am. I'm going to go tan. Maybe cool.
So good. I love that. At my day job, just dropping by to say hi, hello. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the stream, but I'm so grateful for everyone who showed up. Nearly done with my assignment. Nice. Editing a poetry collection. Nice. So close to being finished. That's so exciting. Yes, let's go. Working on my fan fiction. Nice. I love that. I miss writing fan fiction. I've considered writing fan fiction again.
You should.
But
Why not?
why not, right? But I
And it's
also
fun.
really, it is so like that's like all I remember was just how fun it was to write
Yeah.
fan fiction. Like I miss that feeling. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do something. But priority is just finishing this draft of Ben. I just need to finish that first, and then I can work on whatever I want.
Makes sense.
Chapter I'm working on is pretty long. I don't even know if I should cut it out or not because multiple times throughout my story I forgot about the cat. I have a lot of scenes like that too, where I'm not quite certain. And there was definitely like certain things when I got to the end of my read through of the zero draft that like I mentioned something near the end and I'm like, I didn't mention that at all throughout the story, and it's kind of a thing. Yeah, I feel that. Just hopped on at the end here, but glad to have caught a little bit. Yes, good to see you. Thank you for hopping on. Yeah, I'm thinking we did good. I feel like we did a good job. We deserve a little break.
Yeah, I got way more done than I was expecting to this afternoon. So thank you for hosting a stream, Diane. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me. I've like I've been wanting to get back into like streaming and like streaming alone, and it's been a while since I've had someone else on the stream. It was getting to the point where I was more used to live streaming alone than like hosting. Hosting is also kind of stressful. It's all a little stressful, but also really fun.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you everybody who joined. I hope that you guys got a lot of work done, and I hope you continue to get work done if that's what you want to do. I think we all crushed it today. I think we're all just doing great.
We're all doing great.
We are.
It's a great day.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know if you want to do an outro. I never know what to say in an outro. You just say the same, like you just say your intro again. That's just. Yeah. But I will have, I'll have Sarah's info in the description. I gotta go change that right after this stream. But follow along with Sarah if you haven't. If you don't already, I'm sure you do because she's amazing. But she's great, so check her out for sure. And yeah.
Sorry. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the thumbs up button to help Diane's channel and help YouTube push out this live stream a little bit more.
Thank you. Well, I'm really bad at doing that. Like even in my videos and stuff, I'm never like thumbs up or anything. I should. People forget, you know?
They do forget. You have to remind them sometimes because a lot of people want to and just they space on it.
Yes. I mean, I do. Sometimes the reminder is like, right, yes, of course.
Yes.
I feel it. Okay, well, thank you again. And we'll talk soon. And I'll be on a live stream soon. It'll be another pop-up. It'll be so good. All right.